Hey, Orchard students, it's great to be back with you today. That was an awesome message from Pastor Assad. It made me think about that game, Monopoly. Have you ever played Monopoly? I remember as a kid, I used to take the money and I was never patient enough to play the whole game, but I used to take the money and just go and pretend buy stuff with it from like my older siblings, or I loved being the bank and I would distribute the money to them. The Monopoly money has kind of the same value as what invisible money would have. Can you imagine going to GameStop and buying a game, and then when they say you got to pay them, you hand them this invisible money and say, here you go? I mean, they would look at you like you are out of your mind. Today we talked about a few different words. One of those words was justified, which justified just means that we are made righteous in the sight of God by God. And remember last week we talked about righteous, which I told you last week it was just living a right life before God by God's standards. We also talked about faith, which is when we can hope for things even though we don't see them. It's believing beyond our circumstances that God has what's best for us. Oftentimes, as human beings, we think that we have to earn our place in life, that we have to earn our standing before God. We think that if we are a good person, that if we are morally good, that we are good enough, that we can live a meaningful enough life. Today in the message, I was just reflecting on the fact that because of what Jesus did for us, our ultimate purpose is that relationship with God, is to live out life in relationship with God, to live the life that He's created us to live. We can never earn a relationship with God. That would be like trying to pay for a game with invisible money. It wouldn't get you anywhere. You can't do it on your own. And today, as you think about being justified by faith, we have to remember that the work has been done for us, and that there's no amount of effort that will get us better placement in God's eyes. The good news is that because of the death and resurrection of Jesus, we are justified. The word that stood out to me today, the picture, the thing that hit me in my heart was just that the truth that we are children of God, that God welcomes us into His family. And that is nothing that you can do. There's no amount of invisible money. There's no amount of achievement that will get you there. And so today, I hope that you can find some peace and be able to rest in the fact that you are a child of God. And this week, I want you to be thinking about that truth. There's 3 things I want you to do. I want you to continue to pray and read your Bible. This is how you grow in your relationship with God, by learning the words of God, by learning His truth and apply it to your life. I want you to keep reaching out and checking in on your friends and your family members, asking them how they're doing, asking them if you can pray for them, read the Bible with them maybe. And then the last is I want you to share the gospel with someone this week, which can start by you practicing it, practice sharing it with someone that you know, and then go and share it with someone that you also know but maybe doesn't know who God is. And so my hope is that as you rest in the fact that you are a child of God, that you have been justified by God, justified through faith, I pray that you would find some peace in that today. Have a great day.